Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Some basketball news, of course, and updates. As you guys know, there's a lot of remaining free agents' names been circulating around. People have been kind of predicting the landing spots. I think I've seen the Sports Illustrated magazine. Not magazine, but Illustrated article. They had, of course, they're talking about different things of I think remaining free agents. They're talking about Kuminga possibly going to the Suns. He restricted free agents, so yeah, kind of the Warriors can match it and do different things. You know, restrictions like they give them ability to match the salary, or they can do a signing trade. You know, it's all NBA a little different with some of the free agency stuff, so it's like a little different. And then you have Westbrook, of course. They had him possibly going to the Kings. I've been seeing his name circulating around a lot as well. You know, Westbrook did a pretty solid job last year. I think he averaged 13 points per game last year. Did a solid job in playing, of course. You know, he's not really the same Westbrook he once was, but he still can bring a spark and bring that energy off the bench or as a starter, too. We've seen Chris Paul, like I mentioned, I think I did a video about that earlier this week, right? Chris Paul went to the Clippers. Back to the Clippers now. They got Chris Paul, they got Bradley Beal, they got John Collins there, Kawhi Leonard, and then you got Brook Lopez and Zubac. Yes, the team is a little older like that, and some of the guys are a little injury prone, but they can stay healthy. They can be a nice little squad like that as well. And I know the Rockets been loading up on a lot of different pieces too, as well. They've been adding all these different pieces to their team, getting their team posted up for a big time run too as well. So, you know, maximize this Kevin Durant trade with, of course, Van Fleet's still there. You got Sagoon still there, Jabari Smith, all the different individuals are still there on the team. Try to maximize that. So we'll see what happens with them. But Ben Simmons, I'm still surprised that he's still getting a lot of rumors and a lot of reports. People still thinking about Ben Simmons coming to different teams. I know Ben Simmons, as a playmaker, is a good playmaker, but he really don't have the same confidence he once had, because he was a three-time All-Star. He was an all-offensive team a few times as well. He was playing some pretty good basketball. He might have been the best scorer, but he was scoring like, you give me like 15 and 10 a night like that. Well, and triple-double machine as well. But for some reason, ever since that, I think the divisional playoff game, not divisional, I think of football. The semi-conference final playoff game he had on the last game where he didn't lay the ball up or dunk on Trae Young and he lost the ball, that right there been a turning point ever since then, because he hasn't been the same ever since that. And the Brooklyn Nets are paying him a lot of money, and now the Brooklyn Nets won't have him on the team anymore. And I think they said the Knicks could be a team that could possibly bring him in and try to get him back to being at least a solid playmaker. But I don't know. I feel like Ben Simmons' project is over, but some teams still interested in trying to make that happen. Of course, Al Horford, we've been seeing his name circulating around a lot, going to the Warriors. That's one thing we've been seeing too, so it could possibly happen with him as well. Cam Thomas, of course, you know, he scored 21 points per game his rookie season. Then, the first year he played, then he scored 24 points per game this past season. He was the Brooklyn Nets leading scorer. Now he's restricted free agent, so they have an opportunity to match wherever he gets as well, or do a sign and trade or something like that. So we'll see where he lands. But they have the Bucks as an option for him. As you know, Giannis Antetokounmpo is there. They got Garrett Trent, of course, is there as well. They got Miles Turner. If you bring in Cam Thomas, that'd be nice. Bring a guy who can score. He needs to work on his playmaking ability a little more, but a guy who can score and be an efficient scorer for you, that'd be nice to have to the mix too. So we'll see what happens with some of these free agent, you know, rumors and stuff like that. I would hope my Heat will be looking to try to bring Kuminga in. I feel like Kuminga will be perfect in Miami. Miami needs another small forward, a small forward potential like Kuminga, who's a young player who can still develop into being, you know, scorer. I know his defense got to get a little better as well, but I think it'd be worth it. It'd be worth to try to see if he can develop and mold into one of those players for the Heat like that. So we'll see what happens. But that's most of the NBA news. Now moving on to the NBA. Of course, the negotiations are still going on. The CBA negotiating, trying to get higher salaries and stuff as well. You know, trying to get the percentage higher, because they only take back, 9%? I mentioned this earlier in the week. They get 9%, of course, of most of the revenue that comes in. So they're trying to see once the new deal kicks in, when they start getting $200 million a year, from $45 million to $200 million a year, where they actually will be making 115 more in profits. So the net loss would be different. And they also they got maybe about double that. It could definitely make the lowest salary, which is like $66,000. It'll make that probably up to close to 100,000 range and stuff as well, which kind of be more comfortable. And then maybe you start working yourself up to 20%, 25%, and more. So we'll see if they can get the deal done, or will they do a lockout or something like that. We've seen it happen before in many sports. In the NBA, it happened before. The NFL had one with referees before and players before. So it happened, of course, in different sports and stuff many times. So we could possibly see that happening. But I think they get a deal done. They get a deal done eventually. And once that $2.2 billion deal kick in for 11 years, they have an opt-out option, I think, in year 7 or year 8. They'll probably get something worked out with the players to kind of make the players feel like they are getting what they're playing for. And then we also seen, of course, Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton is out for the season. The All-Star, she averaged 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, a steal per game as well. She's out for the season. She had knee surgery during the All-Star break. and she would not be returning. She would not be returning back this season. And she was an all-star this year for the Valkyries and doing a very good job as well, one of their top players. But now she's out, so we'll see how they kind of maneuver through that in a little bit. It's a tough loss. But yeah, hopefully she can recover and be back for next season. But she's out for the season though. But looking at some of the standings, of course, we have the Lynx still at number 1, 21-4. You have the Liberty at 16-6 at number 2. My Mercury at number 3 at 15-8. At 4, you got Seattle Storm 15-10. At 5, you have the Atlanta Dream 14-10. At 6, you have the Indiana Fever 13-12. And then at 7, you have the Aces 12-12. At 8, you got the Mystics 11-12. At 9, you got the Valkyries 10-12. At 10, you got the Sparks 10-14. 11, you got the Chicago Sky 7-17. And then 12, you got the Dallas Wings 7-17. And then last but not least, you got the Kinetic Sun 3-20. So that's the standings right now for this week right here. Still a lot of games left, of course, as well. There's some teams that really just missing just more help. Like the Aces, people make it seem like A'ja Wilson have a bad year. A'ja Wilson's still playing some very good basketball. She's playing some amazing basketball, but it's her team. Her team, you can't go out there and try to win everything yourself. Like that, she's still playing and scoring well. The last game she just had, she scored with 20. She had almost a triple-double. I think again, almost a triple-double. She was playing very good, shooting efficiently, doing everything you can, but you can't do it alone. And Joy Lloyd, like I mentioned before, is not playing the same basketball she once played like the previous years. I don't know what's going on like that, but you could possibly see something happening. I don't know what's going to happen, but you never know. A'ja Wilson could be on the potential side of a 1-year deal, right? She could be on the move eventually, or they can do something, another big trade to try to get somebody else over there, maybe her friend, Alicia Gray or something, her old college teammate. I think you bring her in or something. I don't know, but they got to do something to bring some talent in around them. Same for Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky probably have one of the worst GMs and worst like structure, because Andrew Reese plays playing very good. Like they've been increasing a lot, improving a lot this season, of course, as well. But you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. And like they said, when she don't play, you know, when she do play, they still have some. So they lost some games, a lot of close games, and lost some games they should have probably won, and some tough losses. But when she don't play, the loss margin is about what, 15, 16 points. It's like completely different. Because really, when she out there, it's really just it's her. And sometimes the teammates make some plays here and there, but it's just not the same. You know, they lost Kennedy Carter, they lost Marina Marbury. Clea Copper was gone a few years back. Remember, they lost her to the Suns. So she went to not the Suns, the Mercury. She came to the Mercury. They lost her as well. So they lost a lot of their top scorers years back. And then you try to look on. Then you did have Kennedy Carter last year. Marina Marbury still with Angel Reese. You could have made that work. But then you trade away Marina Marbury, then you don't bring Kennedy Carter back. There's some rumors about some locker room stuff or something they were saying. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. And then now it's kind of like you're stuck in that state of like, yeah, we need to make some moves like that. So we could possibly see something happening like that. But if I'm Angel Reese, remember Gabby Williams left for a reason, Chicago Sky. If I'm Angel Reese, I'd be looking at it like, you know what? Once this rookie contract is up, I think it's a 3-year deal, 4-year deal. I would not resign with them unless they do something. Unless they prove to me that they actually want to build a team around me, I would not resign with them. I would hit the free agency market and try to go to a team that I know will have opportunity to win. Actually cares about their players. They ain't gotta be a team, the best of the best team, but be a team that actually cares about putting the pieces in store to win. So we'll see what happens, of course, with that and stuff. But it's all the basketball news I have. I'll let you guys know about the next video and stuff, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.